Stavros. Good morning and welcome to the MAN Truck and Bus Centre here in Dublin in Ireland. I'm here today to show you all around this MAN. This is the TGS 35.420, the 8x4 tipper. So yeah, I'll show you all around the exterior first, then I'll hop inside and go down through all the interior features, and then we'll be taking it out on the road for a test drive. And we'll also be demonstrating the tipping of this load. It's fully loaded there today. So yeah, let's go. Okay, starting off with the exterior first then. We have nice decals there on the side. The MAN decals, and also on the front. They look quite nice. And up on top there we have the Kelsa high bar, 4 spotlights, and your 2 flashing orange beacons. Now you'll notice that this truck is sitting on steel wheels. If you did get the aluminium wheels, you would be saving 228 kilos. So something you might want to think about. But I suppose it all depends on your preference. Some people prefer the steel wheels. They take less looking after than the aluminium wheels. But anyway, we can pull down this step here and climb up and clean our windscreen and grab those handles. And just in case you're wondering, this is €900 to tax. So of course, tax in Ireland, that's a whole different video on its own, guys. But anyway, some rigids, 2-axle rigids would only be €500, but this is €900. So the same price as an articulated truck. Anyway, let's pull open the grille, give you a look behind that. That's where you can top up your oil and your coolant and your washer fluid. We don't have any dipstick here. That's an electronic gauge in the dashboard. But these gauges are quite accurate on the dashboard, and it'll tell you how much oil you should be topping up with. So let's pull down the grille there. And nice chrome effect on the front as well. I do like that on the MAN. And in behind the number plate here we have our tow hook, and we have LED daytime running lamps here and just your halogen lamps on the remaining lamp layout there. Okay, let's just walk around the side. Oh yeah, this step as well, there's a bit of movement in that as well, in case you hit into things. There's a bit of give there. And also we have these arch extensions as well, because you know these trucks going into quarries, they will be throwing up a lot of dirt. So yeah, this will protect it a small bit with those extensions. All our air tanks at the side, and our big hydraulic fluid tank for the ram there, and the Thompson body. Now this is obviously, it tips out through the back. Now you can get 3-way tippers as well, where it'll empty out at each side, but they're very rare. I mean, when was the last time you saw one of them in Ireland? But yeah, you can get them if you wish. We do have a 300-litre diesel tank, and in there as well, that's where your air outlets are. You can connect up a hose there if, say for instance, your tyres are low on air. It's nicely located there as well, instead of in behind the grille. And we do have a protection there as well, the sub chassis. Always good to have that, because you know when you're tipping loads and the weight, you don't want your chassis flexing. So this protects it with the sub chassis. And at the back there as well, we do have the hub reduction system. Now this is like, just to keep things simple, it's like a gear system within the axle that just helps give you better traction when you're off-road. And our parabolic springs there as well. Now you'll notice as well, if I come around to the front axle, this is a straight mounted front axle. You see it there, and it comes on the 35s with the hub reduction system, just to give you better ground clearance. So on the 32 model, it would be coming down a bit. The front axle, it would drop down a small bit, but this one, straight mounted, is better for ground clearance. So let's just walk around the rear, give you a look at that. Now we do have LED rear tail lights as well. They're very good. Maybe a bit of protection around them will be a good idea. Now you can get a protective grille around the front headlights. That is an option if you want better protection. And we also have the rear reversing camera there as well. And there's a small lever in the dashboard as well, where you press, where it'll open up this rear tailgate just to tip your load. But it's a bit windy here today. You're probably hearing all the cars behind me. That's the M50 motorway. yeah, that's your exhaust after treatment system, and your batteries here, and your battery isolator switch. And we have a 60 litre AdBlue tank on the driver's side. So yeah, I'm gonna hop inside now and go down through all the controls. Let's just open it up on the TGS 35.420. Yeah, so the whole idea of these type of trucks, it's not geared towards a whole lot of luxury. So some of the features that you'll see on the tractor unit wouldn't be featured on this truck. You know, it has no sleeper. By the way, the sleeper will add an extra 155 kilos in weight, and the length comes down to 32 inches. So yeah, you're adding on more length and weight if you opt to have the sleeper. But this one is just the day cab. So we don't have any fabric here, and you know, it's just to keep everything long lasting and easier to keep. We do have the air suspended driver's seat. That's quite comfortable. And the steering wheel there, it doesn't have any features on the steering wheel, no buttons or anything. So yet again, keeping things as simple as they can be for the construction application of truck. And that is your cooler box. You can get a fridge there where it'll actually refrigerate your items inside, but that's just the cooler box. And we do have a sunroof there as well, and we've all the storage there above the windscreen. We have our interior lamps, our tachograph, our Rio telematic system. We'll be talking more about that on the drive. We've got a grab handle here for the driver and passenger side, and we have the small little speakers there as well. And also on the door. But yeah, I'm just going to start it up just to give you a sound of the engine. Let's just knock down that radio. There we go. Nice logo there as well on startup. So let's just give it a couple of revs here. Just open up the door. Okay, I'm just going to hoot the horn as well, because it does have two different horns. Listen. And if I press this button, we have the better horn. There you go. Yeah, nice to have that feature. And our lamps there, flashing beacons as well. Down here, that is for your rear tailgate, for tipping your load. And that is for lifting up the whole body to tip the load. And our gear selector switch, 12-speed automated gearbox, drive, and we have maneuver mode and reverse maneuver mode. And we also have the reversing camera there. Down here we have our PTO switch, we have our differential lock and our cross-axle differential lock. And down here we have our exhaust brake, the auto function, and also the hill hold function there as well. But this defaults to off every time you knock it off. So I don't know why that won't stay on all the time. So that's something they need to change, definitely. And there's no audible warning when the hill hold is coming off. So yeah, it needs an audible warning, and it needs to be able to function on all the time and not default to off. So yeah, that's something that needs changing. And then we have our diesel particulate filter. You can do a regen there. And yeah, we do have electric windows. They are one touch up and down, which is great. Always like that. And the mirror layout isn't too bad. I like that wide angle one at the bottom. That's pretty good. It would be nicer if they were maybe just a bit wider. But yeah, just move over here and give you a look at the layout there for the passenger side. So as I said already, at least you can look out in between that gap. You'd just be surprised how important that is. But anyway, that's just one thing that I like to have. Yeah, no bunk in this. This is just keeping it nice and simple for the construction application. But yeah, I think it's time to take it out on the road and see what it's like. So we just left the depot there from MAN Truck and Bus, I'm joined here by Malcolm. Malcolm will be joining me on the drive and demonstrating the tipping of the load. So look, we're straight up into a hill here, grossing 32 ton. We do have 2100 Newton meters of torque. And I'm just letting the gearbox do its thing. I can of course go down through the gearbox manually, Malcolm.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there we go, 8th gear. Small bit of a hill there. But Malcolm, there is good pull low down. I did notice that even just pulling out of the yard.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is thanks to the new TraXon gearbox.
Yeah.
It's the software on that now. There's written by MAN, but it seems to we're getting great feedback on that.
Oh, there's a question, Malcolm. This gearbox is also being used in the DAF. So
Yes.
would the gearboxes be similarly, you know, have similar software? Or do manufacturers change them with ZF?
Oh yes, the manufacturers are responsible for their own software.
Right, okay.
So the other brands would, and MAN would actually write their software to suit this vehicle. Some have different types of software for different operations.
Okay, we're just gonna go back around the roundabout here. Yeah, now of course, Malcolm, with all these 8x4 tippers, you know, when you've got a load on, you can notice drag. Obviously it's going to be happening, all these tippers. And Malcolm, can you get this truck with 5 axles? Can that be got with MANs?
No, currently we don't bring it in right-hand drive.
Yeah.
It's available on the Continent in left-hand drive, but no, it's not an option here.
Alright, okay.
Currently.
And what is the law now with 5 axles? Is it 34 ton?
The Irish law on it has changed recently to 36 ton.
36 ton,
yes.
Okay.
Whereas this actual vehicle is built by the manufacturer for 35.
All right, I get you.
But it is restricted with 4 axles onto the 32 ton by law.
Right. Yeah, so we're just going to make our way out to the quarry and we can demonstrate the tipping of the load, because you don't want the load tipped in your yard. We're only just demonstrating it today. But Malcolm, thanks for collecting the load, because I always like to test these trucks with loads on them.
I'd like to say special thanks to Larry Behan's quarry.
Larry Behan's, okay.
Yeah, worked with us on this.
And Malcolm, I can see the green band in the rev counter there as well. So that's just telling us where it's most economical in the rev range, isn't it?
Correct. Obviously, being an automated box, she will change up before she gets to the end of the green band.
Yeah.
And basically, but quite surprisingly, but when she gets that bit warmer, you'll actually see she will change up at the lower part of the green band.
Right.
Won't even get to the top end of the green band when she's nice and warm, you know, and working throughout her day. Like.
Now the gear changes are smooth. Now, of course, Malcolm, it would be nicer if they were a bit faster.
Yes, yes.
But this is what you get with the TraXon gearbox. Now, of course, ZF do dual clutch gearboxes as well.
Yes.
But of course you're getting into big money then. Oh yes, and Malcolm, you know the cost to have the extra axle?
Yes.
On these trucks? I had no idea that it was up to €20,000.
Correct, yeah, absolutely.
It's huge money to have an extra axle.
Yes. You're getting that from the manufacturer. They send it from the main production line to one of their specialists equipment plants nearby. But basically, yeah, it is, and all the manufacturers are they're up there on the money. It's people don't realise.
But Malcolm, like the whole 5-axle thing, and then guys getting them fitted aftermarket, but not from the manufacturer, it's a whole kind of a grey area, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, we're given to understand that it can't be done afterwards. And anecdotally, you do see it. You see people that have got it done on second hands, and the rigours that are upon a new vehicle are much stricter than retrofitting.
Yeah.
You know, and so you do see that out there. You know, I mean, for a new vehicle manufacturer, for it to qualify, it must be supplied by the manufacturer.
All right. Okay.
Whereas, obviously, when you're retrofitting,
I know. Yeah. Like, who's doing it? Who's certifying it?
Yes.
So yeah, like 5 axles, 36 ton, and then 4 axles on this, you're restricted to 32 ton gross.
Correct, and this one is filled to the max now for the purposes of this drive.
Yeah.
You know?
But Malcolm, like, it does have, as I said already, you know, good pull low down when you're setting off.
Yeah, it does. As I say, MAN have always been known for their...
We have somebody there using the bus lane, 2 of them. Do bus lanes not count up here, Malcolm?
There must be some strange rule for a Saturday that I don't know about.
As far as I know, it is Monday to Saturday. But anyway, we keep moving on.
But yeah, no, as I say, they're very torquey. Man always have prided themselves on the torque. And as I say, instead of focusing on HP, basically with the 2100 newton meters, there should be plenty of power in it. I know it probably doesn't seem like an awful lot compared to your tractor unit guys. It would be using probably more horsepower, but in this game, in the tipper game now, this has 420 horsepower. Yeah. Which is up on, I mean, the trade-ins that we will be taking in from years gone by would be a 360. So it has come on a lot in terms of increased horsepower and increased torque.
Okay, we'll go left here. We'll turn right at Newlands Cross and make our way out onto the notorious Naas Road. Malcolm, in the manual gearbox, is that a 4/4?
It's a 4/4 with a splitter and with a splitter and high and low gears as well.
Yeah. And Malcolm, do you get many people opting for the manual gearbox in the tippers?
Absolutely, yeah. Quite some. It's still very popular even in the UK with the manual gearbox. There's still a lot of people still go for that.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. But I have to say, there's been a change in the last 3 to 4 years.
Oh yeah, I've seen it myself. You know, like, there's so many, you know, automated gearbox now. They're opting for that, and transport operators. I mean, Malcolm, I wouldn't go back to manual.
No. And the automated gearbox in this particular model has improved vastly in the space of 5 years. Yes. This is the 3rd different gearbox that's been in this truck in 5 years. We had the MAN TGS, then another version of the MAN TGS, and then now the TraXon.
Yeah.
And guys have had this now out on demonstration that currently run the Tipmatic, and they can't believe the improvement.
Yeah.
That it's much more responsive.
Malcolm, I just had to look down to make sure the hill hold was on. As I said, they need to have that on all the time and not default to off.
Yes.
When you turn it off, because and I did say as well, it should have an audible warning. So I'm stuck at the lights here. I'm on a slight, this is a slight bit of a hill.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you take your foot off the brake, there should be an audible warning to go beep beep beep. It's just about to release.
Yes.
But yeah, we just set it. But like the hill hold, Malcolm, it's a must on these trucks, especially the automated gearbox. It's a must-have.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No. And I mean, I've seen my truck manufactured without it. I can't understand it. The driver's absolutely mad.
Oh yeah, they're constantly down at the handbrake the whole time. Yeah. No, I'm looking at that BMW. He's turning right, yet on the lane that he's in, he says he's not supposed to be turning right in that lane. Anyway, we're in the right lane.
Interesting you point that out. That's why it makes it so difficult for autonomous driving vehicles.
Yes!
You can see that.
Yeah.
Now, the computer won't see that.
That's a good point.
And you're watching for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a classic example where you're the professional driver.
Yeah. As
a professional driver, you will, you know, you could prevent an accident if he swerves across.
Yeah. So there we have it now. Yeah. Okay, we're on just a small bit of a hill here, heading out onto the Naas Road. So Malcolm, can you just talk to me about this Rio telematics system? Yeah, Rio is something that was started last year. There's not been much media or information out there about it, but they put it standard in all MAN trucks, and it is basically their MAN's dedicated telematics. Now, it has a SIM card in it, and certain elements of it are FOC to the customer. Alright. Now, the way to think of it is, I mean, the telematics element of it would be very good for, say, a small business that has a couple of trucks or a couple of vehicles, because I believe it's coming on the MAN TGS van also. Oh, on the van? Yes. Alright. As well.
and it's a so basically, as well as telematics operations as we understand them, in terms of giving you location and giving you fuel consumption figures and driving styles and so forth. They actually are pushing this as this box as an operating system of sorts. The same way you would have a you know, Google Android on the phones, or you would have iPhone with iOS. It is an operating system, and they are encouraging people to come up with software to use specifically for the trucks, for big companies, multinationals, be they DHLs or what have you, and they can create their own software to manage their own fleets. But what we're pushing in MAN is a feature right now, which if you give, as a customer, when you take delivery of your new truck, if you give us permission, we can actually monitor that truck's operation and inform you when it's due its servicing.
Oh yes.
If there's anything goes wrong with the vehicle, we're watching for that, and we're notified of that. You know, so we can be your eyes and ears on the road as well, and help, you know, our partnership with the transport companies.
Yeah, and one of your colleagues was telling me as well that even if the truck has an air leak, you can know about it before the driver does.
That's it.
In some cases.
Yeah. It's fascinating, you know, the way technology has come on. But it's basically a SIM card in it. So it's, you know, it's and as I say, the customer, it's web based.
Yeah.
So the customer basically gets a login, and they go in themselves and can look at their vehicles that have it, and go through the last, say, 10 days or whatever it is, and see what their routes were, and what their fuel consumption were, and so forth.
And most importantly, where the driver has been going, that he hasn't been going home.
That's it.
Doing extracurricular activities.
I'm sure. I'm sure drivers wouldn't do that.
No. But yeah, so it's driving away nicely. The steering is quite good on it. Now we're into a big rain shower here, so we might be getting a bit wet tipping the load. But yeah, we're just going to make our way into the quarry now and get this load delivered. Yeah, it would be fierce amateurish to dump it in the wrong mound. So, Malcolm, this is something I don't normally do. Like, I do groupage work. These tippers would be kind of alien to me now. But anyway, we'll see what it's like to tip the load. Okay, Malcolm's inside. He's just going to tip the load in the TGS 35.420. So we're just at Larry Behan's quarry here. Oh, it's coming out quick. Yeah, maybe a bit of protection on those rear lamps would be a good idea. If you had very big rocks, maybe one could fly back and hit the lens. But yeah, not too bad. But Larry Behan's quarry here. The guys are busy, you can hear them drilling for rocks. Okay, grossing 32 tons. Yeah, you can see the back door, it opens up a bit more. The load goes up. It's gonna come out fairly fast now. Yeah, he's just gonna pull out a small bit just to give it some more space to empty. It's all emptied. It doesn't look like much when it's on the ground, does it? All of what came out of the back. Looks quite small, the mound there. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna wrap it up today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. on the MAN TGS 35.420. So 2,100 Newton meters of torque from its 12.4 litre straight 6-cylinder diesel engine. So please do contact MAN Truck and Bus in Dublin for more details on this truck. It is for sale. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll chat to you all again next weekend for another video. Take care. Thanks. Cheers! This brand new MAN, the 35. Why do they always make these weighbridges so tight, Malcolm?
Yes.
Is that lighter stone in the back?